So, I do a lot of educational program for adults and professionals and amateurs too. So this year I've got pruning workshop coming up that I do almost every year. And it's always a sold out class. It's very popular. A lot of people have a lot of questions on pruning. So we always do it's an indoor component, and then we do an outdoor component where we actually go out and prune some of our plants and people can try the tools and learn how to make the cuts. I'm also offering this year a class on foraging by popular demand. I'm a forager as well. We don't allow foraging here at the Landis Arboretum, but we still teach it. And I'm a forager, like I said. People sort of know that I get a lot of great wild edibles, and I've lived that prove that they're all quite good. Never been poisoned, and knock on wood. But it really is, it's like trees. People say, well, how do you pick these different plants and mushrooms and not get sick? Well, and I'm too scared. I get this question a lot. I'm too scared to forage something because I just don't want to pick the wrong thing. And it really comes down to identification. Is it a sugar maple or is it not a sugar maple? If you really understand the basics of identification and you're good at it, then we're really not really, questioning, safety. It's more whether the worst thing that can happen is you maybe have an allergy or something to one of these plants, but it's not. And then I always say start small. So if you're not sure, take a small amount, wait 24 hours, and then eat more, because even though it's the right plant or the right mushroom, you could have an allergy to it. And so try it small and wait 24 hours before you go forward. And so that's I expect that to be a popular class this year. And then we also do a ton of there's a lot of other educators. We have a guy by the name of George Steele. He's been here for years and years doing mostly children's education, but I say children of all ages because his classes work really well for adults too. He does hawk watches, and so it's really family programs more than children programs. And the adults get just as much out of it, if not more, than the kids. So it's a great program. But everything from hawk watches, owl prowls, all kinds of herpetology, where he goes out and gets all kinds of salamanders and there's classes on dragonflies and bats, all kinds of the other part of the natural world. So we like to bring that all full circle. And then we do a lot of other odd things too, like sometimes botanical drawing, botanical writing. We give tours to schools. We give tours to private groups. I give tours to a lot of more of the higher education, technical plant people. So like cooperative extension's a big one. Garden clubs are a big one. I do a lot of those tours. And with our site, with our on-site signage, we also, I like to say, add a lot to the informal learning that someone can get from a site visit. So even if you don't take a tour or a class with me, you walk around the arboretum, you scan some QR codes, you read some signs, and we like to think, you left with more than you came with in terms of knowledge. So um, that's kind of what our focus is. And we have miles of hiking trails, and we have an incredible bird site. One of the best, I like to think one of the best places in the state to see the native bluebird. We have over 40 boxes. I think it's 44 boxes that are out right now for the native New York State bird, the eastern bluebird. And a lot of people have said they've never seen the bluebird until they've come to Landis Arboretum, and we see them all the time. I mean, they're all around us all the time. It's not uncommon to see 11 bluebirds in a day around here. I've seen as many as 13 in one day, one time. So, but it's a great birding site, not just for bluebirds, which is one of our, probably more popular birds that people come here for, but all kinds of the woodland birds. We've got scarlet tanagers in the old growth, and we've got owls, and I've seen great horned owls here. I've seen barred owls here. I've seen screech owls here. We also have incredible hawk population that migrates through. There's a thermal that kind of runs around. We have a great viewing platform from our meeting house, and from the deck, you could, it's not uncommon to see a lot of hawks during a hawk watch program. It'd be more uncommon to not see a lot. So and we have a great facility for learning. Our meeting house is really a state of the art educational building. It's got probably a $2 million view from the deck and from the windows of the meeting house, and it's a space that has all completely Wi-Fi, and it has completely block out light shades that can be dropped down, and Handicapped accessible, um, you know, handicap accessible bathroom, plus two other bathrooms, um, food prep area. So a lot of people not only enjoy, coming to our educational programs and enjoying the space, but the space is also available for rental. So we rent it out there to other groups for board retreats, for corporate gatherings, for weddings. A lot of weddings at Landis Arboretum, and very little advertising. Our site speaks for itself. So we are definitely available to rent. And when you rent the meeting house and the giant pavilion that we've installed the last couple of years, and new garden plan for that, new landscape, and you don't just get the building, you actually get the arboretum. So people can take pictures in the gardens and walk around the site. So it's a really unique wedding venue, to say the least. I'm not only the director, I also got married here at Landis Arboretum with my wife. So, guess I'm also a client.